back that's coming. People are just sort of crazed by that statement.
That he would want that, or
yeah, he wants input and hire the personnel. He wants input on the offense for sure.
Decision making stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah, like who they're going to get for the offensive line, because Seattle has been a little suspect. I won't say they're a bad offensive line, but anyway, it was just strange to hear people. It's like the quarterback, no matter how you want to slice it now, the way the rules are, the quarterback is the team. He really is. It begins and ends with the quarterback. You don't win unless you've got a strong quarterback who's mentally just has to be amazing to check off within 2 seconds, blip, 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 the 4 areas they need to throw the ball if they're throwing. So I don't fault Russell Wilson. And part of it could be that he wants more money, but he just got a 4-year extension with like $140 million or something crazy. So
you all know I love Russell Wilson, and I do think
yes, sir,
he's a player of a good enough caliber to have input in. It's just with Pete Carroll, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean,
no.
Pete Carroll at the beginning of the season, the big thing that people jokingly said was let Russ cook. He allowed him to cook. Then they faltered. And again, it's one of those things where someone will be willing to try something new. And then when it goes horribly wrong, what do? They go, very strong back to what they really like to do. And I think they even said at the end of the year, Pete Carroll said, we're going to try to get the running game going again. Like, that's who he is.
And GM Johnny Schneider, equally strong person and proven.
Yeah. And that's the thing. They have the pelts on the wall too. Like they've all worked together. So he's going to have to get 2 people to adjust where, I think you should have a say, but I don't see it with those 2 people is all I'll put.
I was just going to say what I would like to see is Deshaun Watson go to the Jets and Russell go to the Giants. Now that would be marquee in the big time, in the Big Apple. So we'll see.
If you're Russ, why would you do such a thing? Who the hell wants to go to New York when you're living large in Seattle?
Seattle's a backwater, though, really.
What?
I mean, it's out in the bushes out there. You want to go to a media area. You want to be in L.A. or New York.
He doesn't need that. All right.
Sure.
You stumped me on that one, I got to say. I didn't see that one coming. Russell Wilson for the Giants. Okay, Coach. Okay, let's talk about the game or the broadcast. What did you like, didn't like, anything come to mind, whatever it is? CBS, hello, friends, Jim Nantz, Romo, etc. Anything, commercials, whatever. I was just going to say that it was adequate. They didn't step on each other and that sort of thing. To me, it was just what needed to be done when it needed to be done. And you could tell they were kind of shocked too. Filling for a while?
Yeah.
It seemed like the second half was a fill.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were getting into the eggnog.
They were talking about, where Romo did his laundry. I mean, it was just there was just nothing to say.
Sticky defense wasn't necessarily something he said that game, I don't think. Go ahead, T. Go ahead.
I will say, yeah, to be fair to them, I don't think they were great, but I will, in their defense, they weren't given that great of a game. It's hard for you to stay locked in when a game falls apart that rapidly, that quickly. That said, there was one moment, and I have not been a big Jim Nantz fan. There's one moment that sticks out to me for a guy who's done broadcasting as well. And look, I'm never going to be even close to the broadcaster. I'm not saying Jim Nantz is awful. He's not. But for a guy who's done it for that long, with the pandemic, they get so much great quality audio on the field. Before the touchdown that he threw to Antonio Brown, they were clearly calling in a play to Brady. and Brady didn't like it. So he walked up to the sidelines and pretty much got in the face of the camera. Jim Nantz is talking all over it.
Yeah.
Like, as Brady's getting close to the camera, shut up. Get that audio. That's what you want. And it's just he's talking over top of him. He's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they missed some things.
That was a cool moment, too, just because Brady was like flashing 4 and waving off. And,
And that's what you want. You usually don't get like big morsels like that on the field where like a guy who's is noticed even by people that don't watch football as Brady, him in his element talking, and you got Jim Nantz just blabbering on about something. Just like, shut up. Let people hear him. This is like good stuff.
Talking about the Masters and Amen Corner, probably. Don't you get tired of that? Come on, man.
And I love Romo, but he tried it out. He tried it out a few times. I know it's his trope. He's got to at least freshen up if they got a chance to come back. He's got to retire that. At least come up with.
It was 31-9 with 3 minutes left, right? I think that's when he nailed that one, right? This is the moment. Yeah, you sound just like him. That's right. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
My man, the Romo.
So.
I just saw the ratings, and they were down 10%, and I was really surprised by that. I mean, I would have thought with everybody sort of stuck at home that the ratings would have been through the roof, like one of the major Super Bowls, but they weren't really.
Interesting.
I will say, I guess the best commercial to me was, I think it was for the Paralympic Games.
Yeah.
It was about the swimmer.
Yeah.
And her being adopted from Siberia and just how they intercut like her life.
And that actually was a Toyota commercial. So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. That was the best one. I will say my favorite one, just because I was watching with my brother, was there was a trailer for a movie, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
You all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's
old.
Old. So like it's the island, and the little kid walks back, and then a guy who's like 19 comes back, and then like it just says like it goes to black, and then like the text comes up, and the guy goes old. And my brother was like he's like M. Night Shyamalan. I was like, he's like, what if you did the movie Big, but it was horror? It's like yep.
To see Springsteen do a commercial, that was his first commercial, and it was for Jeep. And then apparently today he was busted, or this weekend he was busted for DUI. It was just an odd sort of thing. Springsteen's never been controversial at all, really. Yeah. And then he does his first commercial, and then he gets busted for DUI. So just those kind of odd moments.
And I'm going to go with Will Ferrell and No Way Norway for the Cadillac electric car. I thought that was just
pretty cool.
Just wild craziness that it is Will Ferrell. But hey, we got that going for us. So it was good. I'm glad, hey, we made it through the season. We didn't even think we ever would.
No, that's the amazing part, that they actually brought it off. And to one more little commercial note, I thought it was cool to see the guys from Wayne's World, but that was a terrible script. It wasn't funny, and I don't know why Cardi B was there. So that was my only...
Trying to bring in a young demo. To be fair to your point, that rarely ever works.
Because Dana Carvey and what's his name? What do they got to be, about 65 years old now? Their lugs. Yes. Cardi was to bring, let's bring that median.
Well, now they did the kids thing with the slime on that one sequence.
Yeah, they did.
So they got Nickelodeon in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I thought the Paramount Network or Paramount Plus commercials, they're fine. I just real quick question, so is CBS, what was it, early access, or what was that?
CBS All Access is now Paramount Plus.
It's going.
They rebranded it, and it was kind of goofy to see Tom Selleck next to Nora O'Donnell, who does the CBS Evening News, next to Patrick Stewart, next to Late Night,
see Bill Cowher interact with Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
That was a highlight for me.
It's all entertainment, and Beavis and Butthead were, to me, the funniest parts of that thing. There were a couple of moments.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen any Beavis and Butthead for 15 years, maybe.
Oh, yeah, easy.
It's been a while. All in all, I'd have to say it was a good experience. Of course, I didn't watch much. I started about 30 minutes before the game, before the kickoff, but it was put together really pretty well. And we know how to sell things. That's the one thing America can do. So,
yeah, I thought it was a pretty good day. I watched even from the the road to the Super Bowl at noon Eastern time. Good 1 hour condensed NFL Films thing with great sound. It's really fun to watch, and I really enjoyed that. And I remember us doing this show back in August, and we thought we might have a truncated season, a short season, a 12-game season. We might not even get through December. And here we are, man. They had games every day of the week this year, but it worked out.
Yeah. It was just very, it showed the best and worst of our country, I think, on some level. Was just, and maybe it comes down to the double-edged sword of the same thing, just stubbornness. Just sheer stubbornness.
A stiff upper lip.
Where, obviously that can be helpful sometimes when things are going wrong. You just battle through. But at the same time, that's a problem when things are going wrong and you try to battle through, and that's not the way to go about it. I felt like it did kind of encapsulate some of the best qualities of America, and the worst was how they went about it. So,
well, here's the good news, boys. The Canadian Football League first preseason game is May 23rd. The British Columbia Lions versus the Calgary Stampeders. So we'll tune in for that one. That's just a few months away now.
Yes.
Yeah.
CFL, we'll do it.
And I was just going to mention, the Hall of Fame boys, Peyton, Calvin Johnson. It was good to see Megatron get in it, although I think Peyton's discussion went like 13 seconds, and Megatron took like a half hour before they agreed that they should bring him in. And then you had Charles Woodson in that class as well. Mm-hmm. And Alan Faneca, maybe?
Yeah, it was Alan.
And I'm blanking.
Yeah.
And I'm blanking on the other guy.
John Lynch was the
other. Lynch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with all those. Those are good picks.
Yeah, Faneca had to wait a few years. Lynch had to wait a few years. Charles Woodson, Peyton Manning, and Calvin Johnson were all first ballot Hall of Famers. So,
gotta love it.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Anything else?
I was just one quick shout out I will say is just in memory of Chris Wessling. He was a writer for NFL.com, and he did a podcast called The Around the NFL. And it was one of the best podcasts because it's for people that work in NFL, but you can clearly tell they're friends.
Mm.
And he's an exceptional writer. You can go on NFL.com and read his Ohio River offense, where he talks about how what's known as the West Coast offense was developed by Bill Walsh when he was with the Cincinnati Bengals. And it should almost be credited as the Ohio River offense. And he wrote another great one about the Houston Oilers called Love You Blue. Which is about the Bum Phillips. So I just wanted to say he's only 46 years old.
Wow.
He battled through cancer, beat it, got married, had a kid, and unfortunately the year after that died. So just wanted to give a shout out to him.
Yeah, rest in peace. Okay, anything else?
Nope, that was a good week.
It was a solid week. Yes, we are the Sport Weasels. We are the Sport Weasels, and we're sponsored in part by, let's see, I lost my place. First National Bank, come as you are, bank from your car at First National's convenient drive-through. You come in there and you ask for
fish.
Yeah.
And we will take care of your taxes this year, but we won't
give you cash back. We'll give you coupons